In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NFL games happening on December 15, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NFL games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start: if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Indianapolis Colts versus Denver Broncos. The Indianapolis Colts will be aiming to secure their second consecutive victory when they take on the Denver Broncos this Sunday afternoon. This highly anticipated matchup will take place at Empower Field at Mile High in Denver. The Colts are fresh off a narrow 25-24 win over the New England Patriots, covering the 2.5-point spread as favorites. Meanwhile, the Broncos are coming off a commanding 41-32 win against the Cleveland Browns, having covered the 6.5-point spread as favorites. Both teams are coming off their respective bye weeks, which should provide extra rest and preparation for this exciting clash. Historically, the Colts have had the upper hand, winning 7 of the last 10 meetings with the Broncos, including a 12-9 victory in their most recent matchup in 2022. The Broncos are currently on a roll, having won 3 consecutive games heading into this contest. Remarkably, they've won all of those games by a margin of at least 2 possessions. In fact, 7 of Denver's 8 victories this season have come by multiple possessions, showcasing their dominant play. Even their only loss in recent weeks was a competitive one, as they lost by just 2 points to the Kansas City Chiefs. Furthermore, Denver has not been defeated at home since mid-October, adding to their current momentum. On the other hand, Indianapolis has struggled in recent weeks, losing 4 of their last 6 games. The 2 victories were by the slimmest of margins, with a 1-point win over both the New York Jets and the New England Patriots, 2 teams that are far from elite. While quarterback Anthony Richardson is back from injury, it remains to be seen whether his return will be a game-changer, as his performance has been inconsistent and erratic. Denver has proven to be a formidable force at home, winning 4 of their last 6 games played at Empower Field. In comparison, the Colts have been less successful on the road, splitting their last 4 away games. The Broncos boast a superior offensive unit and hold a significant advantage heading into this game. Their high-powered offense, led by quarterback Russell Wilson, has been clicking on all cylinders, especially in the passing game. The Colts, meanwhile, have struggled to defend the pass this season, ranking 26th in the league by allowing over 230 passing yards per game. The Broncos should have no problem moving the ball through the air, and they will also find success on the ground, as Indianapolis has one of the worst run defenses in the league, ranking 30th in rushing yards allowed per game. On the offensive side of the ball, the Colts face an uphill battle. They average less than 200 passing yards per game and are heavily reliant on their ground game, which ranks 14th in the league. Given the Broncos' ability to shut down both the pass and the run, Indianapolis will struggle to move the ball effectively. Furthermore, quarterback Anthony Richardson has shown little accuracy as a passer, meaning the Colts won't be able to threaten Denver through the air. This allows the Broncos' defense to focus solely on stopping the run, which has been the Colts' primary offensive weapon this season. Indianapolis faces significant limitations on offense, especially with Richardson's erratic play and the lack of a legitimate passing threat. This becomes even more concerning when facing a Broncos defense that ranks among the top 10 in both total defense and scoring defense. Denver has allowed 19 points or fewer in 9 of their last 10 games, further underscoring their dominance on that side of the ball. The Broncos also have the best cover record in the league, boasting a 10-3 record against the spread, tied with the Pittsburgh Steelers. They've been perfect in their last 7 games as favorites, winning both straight up and against the spread in all of those contests. On average, Denver has won by a margin of 17 points when favored this season, so the Denver Broncos to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. While Richardson has shown some improvement in recent games, the Colts' offense remains far from elite. Whether he or backup quarterback Joe Flacco is under center, Indianapolis ranks 22nd in offensive defense adjusted value over average, highlighting their struggles to generate consistent offense. Furthermore, in Richardson's 4 road starts, the Colts have averaged just 21 points per game, which is not nearly enough to challenge a team like the Broncos. Although the Colts have faced a tough schedule this season, the Broncos' defense presents another difficult hurdle. Denver ranks 5th in defensive defense adjusted value over average and has been especially stingy at home, allowing only 15 points per game to their 5 most recent opponents. While Cleveland managed to score 32 points against Denver in Week 13, the Broncos have been able to shut down most of their opponents, making it unlikely that the Colts will find much success on offense. The Colts will have a fully healthy defense this Sunday, but their zone coverage scheme is designed to limit big plays rather than generate turnovers. While Denver managed to score 39 points in a dominant win 2 weeks ago, much of that production came as a result of 2 pick sixes against Cleveland's quarterback, Jameis Winston, along with a long 93-yard touchdown pass to wide receiver Marvin Mims Jr. The Broncos offense won't be gifted those kinds of opportunities on Sunday, so they will need to earn their points through execution and strategy. The Colts defense is improving, but they still face an uphill battle against a potent Denver offense led by Wilson, running back Javon Williams, and a talented group of receivers. This Sunday's game carries the intensity and atmosphere of a playoff matchup, and with both teams coming off a bye, they'll have plenty of time to prepare. Historical trends show that games played between teams with 11 minus 15 days of rest tend to favor the under, with a record of 32-23 since 2003. This trend has been even more pronounced recently, with the under hitting in 13 of the last 14 such games since 2021. Given both teams' struggles to consistently score high, I expect this game to be a low-scoring affair. Points will be at a premium as both teams fight for playoff positioning, and neither side is likely to break the 20-point mark. For this reason, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus Los Angeles Chargers. On Sunday afternoon, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will travel to San Diego, California to face off against the Chargers in an exciting non-conference game at San Diego Stadium. The Buccaneers are aiming for their 4th consecutive victory after securing a win against the Las Vegas Raiders at home the previous weekend. With that win, they not only moved one step closer to clinching a playoff spot but also took over the top spot in the National Football Conference South. They now control their playoff destiny, holding a 1-game lead over the Atlanta Falcons. On the other hand, the Chargers are hoping to bounce back from a tough loss to the Kansas City Chiefs in Kansas City last Sunday evening. That defeat handed the Chiefs their 9th consecutive American Football Conference West Division title. With just 4 games remaining in the season, the American Football Conference wild card race is tightly contested, with the Ravens, Chargers, and Broncos all sitting at 8-5. The Buccaneers were victorious in their most recent meeting with the Chargers, winning 38-31 in Tampa Bay during the 2020 season. The Chargers showed resilience in the second half of their game against the Chiefs last week, but Kansas City has been involved in several tightly contested games this season. For the Chargers to secure a victory in this matchup and cover the spread, they will need to put up significant points on the board. However, the loss of running back J.K. Dobbins and the uncertainty surrounding quarterback Justin Herbert's health make it challenging to fully back Los Angeles in this game. Tampa Bay, on the other hand, has been incredibly successful on the road, winning 10 of their last the 11th of December away games. Meanwhile, the Chargers have struggled against the spread at home, posting a disappointing 1-7 record in their last 8 games against teams with winning records. While the Chargers are receiving some favor from oddsmakers due to their home field advantage, it's important to note that they don't typically benefit from a strong home field advantage. With a banged-up offense, the Chargers have had to rely heavily on Justin Herbert to play near perfect football. The Buccaneers, fresh off 3 straight wins, boast one of the league's most potent offenses, ranking 3rd in total offense and 5th in scoring. The Chargers, known for their tendency to be involved in close games, have seen 7 of their last 10 games decided by 7 points or fewer, making this game one to watch closely. Given these factors, our full game side pick is for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to cover the spread as underdogs. Both teams have proven capable of putting up points, and with the Buccaneers averaging nearly 28 points per game, this game could potentially feature a high-scoring affair. However, the under 45.5 total points is the smarter choice in this case. Given the high stakes of this matchup, we can expect both teams to adopt a more conservative approach, prioritizing ball control and minimizing mistakes to avoid any costly errors. The Chargers' defense has been particularly strong this season, as they have allowed more than 20 points in only 2 of their 13 games to date. This presents a tricky challenge for the Buccaneers, who will be facing a stout Chargers defense after having recently played against teams like the Raiders, Giants, and Panthers in the previous weeks. The Chargers, however, are dealing with significant injuries, particularly at the quarterback position with Justin Herbert, which could affect their overall performance. With both teams likely to make defensive adjustments, the game could turn into a lower-scoring contest. Taking all these factors into account, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Green Bay Packers versus Seattle Seahawks. On Sunday evening, the Green Bay Packers will square off against the Seattle Seahawks in a highly anticipated primetime contest at Lumen Field. The Packers, currently sitting at a 9-4 record, are coming off a tough divisional loss to the Detroit Lions, while the Seahawks, with an 8-5 record, emerged victorious against the Arizona Cardinals in their previous game. This matchup promises to be a thrilling encounter between two playoff contending teams, both vying for important victories as the season draws to a close. The Packers are listed as the favorites, suggesting they have the edge heading into this game. However, even if they manage to live up to the odds, I foresee a closely contested game. Despite facing numerous injury challenges, the Seahawks have been playing exceptional football lately, and I expect them to give the Packers a run for their money in what should be a tight and competitive battle. Quarterback Geno Smith has been in impressive form recently, having gone 2 games without throwing an interception. Additionally, the Seahawks boast one of the most formidable receiving corps in the NFC, which will give them plenty of options to move the ball downfield. The Packers' defense, while solid in some areas, has shown vulnerabilities, particularly in the red zone, where they have struggled to contain opposing offenses. Because of this, I believe the Seahawks will be able to cover the spread and potentially even pull off the upset in front of their home crowd. Green Bay has enjoyed recent success against Seattle, having won 5 of the last 6 matchups and covering the spread in all but one of those contests. However, this will be the first time these two teams have met in 3 years, and it remains to be seen how the Seahawks will fare against the Packers under these current circumstances. The Seahawks have covered the spread in 4 of their last 5 games overall, which suggests they are hitting their stride at the right time. Although Seattle has not been particularly dominant at home this season, it is important to remember that the infamous 12th man has historically provided one of the most intimidating home field advantages in all of sports. As we approach the final stretch of the season, every game takes on added significance, with both playoff and division implications weighing heavily on the outcome. I believe Seattle will rise to the occasion at home and, despite some inconsistencies, will perform better than they have in the past. With Green Bay's defense showing signs of vulnerability in recent weeks and Seattle doing a solid job of stopping the run, the Seattle Seahawks to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. The Green Bay Packers have been on an offensive tear, having scored at least 30 points in 3 consecutive games. In this contest, they will look to Josh Jacobs to help move the ball against a Seattle defense that has allowed an average of 4.7 yards per carry. On the flip side, the Seahawks will aim to take advantage of Green Bay's weaker secondary, which has given up significant yardage through the air this season. Seattle has been red-hot offensively, scoring a combined 56 points over the past 2 weeks, and I expect their offense to remain on track in this high-stakes matchup. Both teams are likely to score more than 20 points in this contest, with the over being a solid bet. The over has hit in 5 consecutive games for the Seahawks when facing teams from the National Football Conference North, and it has also hit in 10 of the Packers' last 13 games on the road. Seattle's offense, led by Geno Smith, has been on fire throughout their 5-game winning streak. Smith and the Seahawks rank 3rd in passing yards and 5th in completion percentage, positioning them as a formidable force in the National Football Conference West. If they can continue their winning ways, the Seahawks are in prime position to make a push for the division title. The Packers, while strong defensively, have shown some weaknesses, particularly when defending against the pass. Heading into this game, Green Bay is allowing an average of 222 passing yards per game, ranking 21st in the league. With both teams being among the most penalized in the NFL, this game could feature extended drives and plenty of opportunities for both quarterbacks to make big plays. Given Green Bay's high rank in yards per play, combined with the offensive firepower of both teams, I believe the total points will exceed the projected line, making over the projected total our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.